Previously, we visited the Alishan National Forest Recreation Area. In this vlog, I will be visiting another gem in Nantou, Qingjing Farm. To get to Qingjing Farm, I took a bus from Taichung City. Please watch my other vlog for a detailed guide on how to get to Qingjing Farm. Okay, so I got off here at Qingjing Grassland stop. If you want to visit the Qingjing Farm, stop at the Qingjing Grassland bus stop and then you will see the gate to the Qingjing Farm. I'm staying overnight alone and without a car, so I booked the nearest bed and breakfast to the Qingjing Farm. This family-owned B&B is the nearest to the Qingjing Grassland. Okay, so I'm now here at the B&B. It's called Bokilay Flower Farm, which I booked through Agoda. If you're looking for the Instagrammable B&B, this is not it. This is not like Cotswold Villa or the others. But there's a mountain view as well. But I chose this because of the location. It's, I think, the nearest in Qingjing Farm. If you don't have a car like me, it will be challenge for you to get around this area. So I booked this B&B for convenience. Although this place is not as Instagrammable as the other hotels in the area, this is the nearest to the farm. The owners are also very hands-on. They let me charge my gadgets and leave my luggage so I can explore the farm. There's also a view of the mountains. It's very near the Qingjing Farm, so I'm going to visit the farm first and then go to the Skywalk and then come back later to go to my room. So that's Qingjing Farm, just walking distance from my B&B. There are nicer, more aesthetically pleasing B&Bs around, but if you don't have a car like me, it would be difficult to go around because the buses are limited. So I prefer the location of this B&B. It's simple, but it's just walking distance to the Qingjing Farm. This is the main entrance to the Qingjing Grassland, and you can buy your tickets here. But in my case, I already purchased the Qingjing Pass, which you can buy at the bus stop. Make sure to get a stamp when you enter so that you can freely go in and out of the farm. The full ticket price is 200 Taiwan dollars for the general public, and for seniors and children, the ticket is 100 Taiwan dollars. Okay, so this is Qingjing Farm. This is Qingjing Grassland, and I'm really happy. Look, it's Feb 23, and I wasn't expecting that the cherry blossoms will be in full bloom, but look at them. The Qingjing Farm has an altitude of 1,750 meters above sea level, with fresh air, lush forests, blooming flowers, and sheep. During the day, you can interact with the sheep around the farm. You can also purchase animal feed from these kiosks. For the animals' well-being, they are only allowed to be fed with farm-provided feed. I honestly wasn't expecting that the farm would look like this. The weather was perfect, sunny and cool, and the cherry blossoms were in full bloom during my visit. So I was really happy and excited. I usually get bad weather during my travels. You can enjoy visiting the farm all year round as each season gives the farm different blooms. If you're after the flowers including the cherry and plum blossoms, then the best time to visit would be in winter, particularly by mid to late February, so my timing was perfect. In late spring, you will see green grass, apple, peach, and pear blossoms. Summer is the best time to see the sheep shearing shows and butterflies. The farm's pears and peaches also ripen at this time. In this area, the farm shepherds perform sheep shearing shows twice on specific days. Each performance lasts 30 minutes. You can buy more food here for the sheep. I'm actually looking for food for humans. Okay, so let's find some human food first. So the food shops are actually outside the farm, so make sure that you have the stamp so you can return. There's a horse show at 4:30 p.m. so I'm going to do the Skywalk now. I bought a separate ticket for that, and then I'll return here for the horse show at 4:30 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to the Qingjing Skywalk now. I already bought the ticket. This closes at 4:30 p.m. There are several entrances to the Skywalk, so I entered from the south shopping area. The Qingjing Skywalk is separate from the farm. It is actually outside the farm area. It is a pedestrian walkway connecting the lower, middle, and upper areas of the farm. The farm is on the west side of the highway, while the Skywalk is mostly on the east side of the highway, which would give you a wonderful view of the mountains. It has a small entrance fee of 50 Taiwan dollars. So you have to time your visit here carefully. If you want to see the equestrian show, that's at 5:45 p.m. but the Skywalk will close at 4:30 p.m. So what I will do is I'm going to visit or walk on the Skywalk first and then come back before 3:45 p.m. to catch the equestrian show. Actually, this skywalk is just the way for pedestrians to walk safely because that's the road highway, and then this is for the pedestrians. So there are 7 peaks. It looks like I'm gonna miss the horse show because it's already 3:20, but that's okay. I prefer nature and the view. This is the part when the skywalk crosses the highway. It takes about 30 minutes of walking from the middle gate of the Cingjing Farm, which is near the food shops, to the exit of the skywalk. Going back is longer as it is uphill. Note that when you go up the skywalk, you can only go down the exit or the entrance where you came from. So I wasn't sure if there's a way back to the farm. Okay, so update guys. The Qingjing Skywalk is not a circular route, so if you want to go back to Cingjing Farm, you have to return where you entered. Okay, so I'll go back there. So it takes about 30 minutes to walk the skywalk. So basically, you don't have to complete the skywalk. You can just go back to Qingjing Farm after a while. But if you have time, you can complete it. Okay naman yung view. My big mistake was walking the entire skywalk despite my limited time, as it took me more than an hour to walk till the end, then walk back to return to Changing Farm. I could have exited the skywalk in the end, but it would be difficult to go back to the farm without a car as there are very limited buses and taxis. Mas nakakapagod pabalik ng Changing Farm kasi paakyat na siya. Okay, now back here in Changing Farm. I already missed the equestrian show, and there was no scheduled sheep shearing show during my visit, so I just spent the remaining afternoon enjoying the view and taking photos at the changing grassland. Visitors usually go to Changing Farm on a day trip, so by 3 p.m., the crowd would usually disperse as they have to go back to Taichung or Taipei. Before the farm closes at 5 p.m., you will witness the shepherds herding the sheep back to their pens. As a tip to avoid my earlier mistake, you can experience the Skywalk by entering from this entrance from the Qingjing Farm. This is the Story Museum entrance. From here, walk at the Skywalk, then exit at the gate where we entered earlier, near the food shops. This way, you will be able to go back to the farm faster. Hey guys, so it's already 5 p.m. It's time to leave. The park closes at 5 p.m. So basically I only had about more than 2 hours of exploring the farm. I wasn't able to explore a lot of areas. I only explored the Qingjing grassland because I wasted time on the skywalk. So I still have time tomorrow. I'm considering if I need to come back here. But overall, I really love the Qingjing Farm. After spending my day at the Qingjing Farm, I went back to the B&B, which is family owned. I've only seen the couple who owns the place, and they are very hands-on. Okay guys, so this is my room. It's actually for 4 persons. I'm alone. So this is as I mentioned, a family-owned bed and breakfast. So the husband and wife are very hands-on. It's simple, but it works for me because it's convenient. Although there's hot water. And there's also some view of the sunset. This is a Chinese Asian house, so you have to use indoor and outdoor shoes. So this is a common area, and there are, I think, 4 rooms. This is my room. This is the outdoor common area for all guests, and there's also a view of the mountain and sunset, but it's not available for all rooms. They also offer hot pot for $250. So if you want to eat hot pot, and I asked if there are other options, they said that they also have Chinese food. So I'm going to check the menu later. There are no convenience stores nearby. But it's actually Qingjing, just to set your expectations. It's mountainous, so it's really hard to find stores. So you have to bring your food if you're going to stay here or even in other B&Bs here in Qingjing. Since I don't have a car, I decided to just stay at the B&B and rest for the evening, as I also booked a sunrise tour. In the meantime, I went to the backyard to view the mountains and the sunset. Ayan, so they also have a sunset view here. Food option is very limited in this place. For snacks, they only have some chips and noodles, so it is highly recommended to bring your own food if you're coming here from the city, since it's far from the other stores. For dinner, they only have hot pot, which is 250 Taiwan dollars. They serve the hot pot at the restaurant near the entrance, where they also eat as a family. So this is the hotspot. I chose the Sapporo Miso hotspot. And this is, since this is small B&B, the family is actually eating there. Honestly, I'm not a fan of hot pot, but I don't have any other choice, so should have bought something in Taichung. Hindi ko na kaya, so yan. I'm done eating. I'm the only one who who ordered the hot pot. I don't know where the other guests are. There are new guests earlier, so they probably have a car and went to some other place. It's too dark outside, so I'm glad I didn't go out anymore. It's really difficult to go around if you don't have your own car. The other guests came with cars, so they probably went outside to eat. This B&B is very simple, but I see a lot of potential because of the location. They probably just need funding. They also have a view of the mountain and the sunset, so they can capitalize on that. Good morning. So it's 4:20 a.m. here, and I'm now ready and just waiting for the pickup of my Hehuanshan sunrise tour, which I booked through the hotel for 550 new Taiwanese dollars. Since I booked through the hotel, the owner contacted the tour guide. I let them know that I don't speak Chinese. Okay, so I'm going to leave in a bit. I'm just waiting for the owner because he said that he will accompany me to the pickup location this morning because it's too dark. And so there are no street lights here. It's an alley and I will be picked up near the Qingjing Farm gate. Since it's already 4:30 a.m. and the owner is not yet up, I think I'm gonna walk alone. Can't travel alone when you're a scary cat. Well, as long as it's safe, I'm okay with the dark. Actually, nakapatay lang kasi yung flashlight because I'm taking the video. Okay, so I'm inside the van. Actually informed me that I was hesitant to ride first, but it was actually a red jacket of the driver. The night before, the owner told me that I will be picked up near the Qingjing gate by a red van. But there was no red van. There was only a guide with a red jacket. The van was white. We got off here to watch the stars. We stopped for stargazing as it was too dark. But the guide was only speaking in Chinese, so I couldn't understand anything. I turned on Google Translate to at least know what he's talking about. So that was the stargazing. During the stargazing tour, our guide was explaining passionately and my tour mates are reacting positively, so it seems interesting. But since it was at dawn, it was too cold. The driver noticed me and handed me a leather jacket. Our next stop was at this viewing point, which I thought was the viewing deck for the sunrise. Since I couldn't understand the guide, I didn't know what he was saying. And even with the leather jacket that he gave me, it was still too cold. Okay, so I'm now at the viewing deck, just waiting for sunrise. It's so cold. Actually, I was wearing 2 layers already, long sleeves, but no outer jacket. And probably the driver saw me shivering, so he gave me this jacket to wear. I don't understand at all because he's speaking Chinese, but I know he wants me to wear it. I was freezing at that place, and it wasn't even the viewing deck for the sunrise. After about 10 minutes, the driver came to pick me up since I was the only one left there from our group. It was embarrassing. My Google Translate also didn't work, so it was difficult to communicate. So from then on, I made sure that I wrote down on my phone the time when I needed to go back to the van. My co-passengers who spoke English also tried to help. Deck. Actually, earlier saw me just wearing 2 layers, long sleeves. So if you're coming here, make sure that you wear extra jacket. Our final stop is the Hehuanshan Lookout, which is the famous sunrise viewing platform. From here, looking straight out, you will see an immense valley where you will witness the sea of clouds at sunrise or sunset. This is actually in the direction of the Roko Gorge, but you can't see that far. Hehuanshan actually consists of 5 peaks: the North Peak, East Peak, Main Peak, West Peak, and South Peak, which are all above 3,000 meters above sea level. If you're a hiker, from the Hehuanshan Lookout, you can also hike for about 20 minutes to find a better sunrise viewpoint called the Ximen Shan. not a morning person, so I'm not really fond of sunrise. But since I was already in the area, catching the sunrise at Hehuanshan Peak was an experience worth doing. It was cold and I was alone, but it was really memorable. I was glad I did it. So that's the sunrise. Honestly, I'm not a sunrise person because I hate waking up early and it's so cold. But yeah, if you like sunrise, this is a must do here in Nantou and Hehuanshan. There are other tours in Hehuanshan that do not include sunrise or sunset. Hiking enthusiasts and even beginner hikers can also do some trails. I'm so sleepy. Okay, I'm back. So he dropped me off here at Qingjing Farms and I'll just walk to the hotel again. And actually, sinundo ako ni owner. Nakamotor siya. So, nagmotor na lang kami. Papunta dito sa loob. So, this is my breakfast. I'm really not a morning person, so I prefer sunsets over sunrise. The Hehuanshan sunrise was beautiful, but I was so cold and I was also sleepy, so I wasn't able to enjoy it as much. And I also can't understand the driver or guide, so I was always looking if they're still there. Kasi nung first, yung binabaan namin, akala ko viewing deck na doon kami maghintay. Apparently, parang photo spot lang, maybe about 5 minutes lang dapat doon. So, I think I was there for about 10 minutes until the driver called me, as in inakyat niya. So, medyo nakakahiya nga eh. Pero, so, during the last stop naman, like everyone, including the passengers, were telling me na in English na 6:30. Okay, so yun. So, but if you are here in Nantou, it's a must-do activity, Hehuanshan sunrise or stargazing. Okay, so I'm going to check out now from Bokelai or Berkeley Hotel here in Qingjing. So I'm going to take the 11 a.m. bus back to Taichung and take the HSR from Taichung to Taipei. So to close this of my visit to Nantou, planning to visit only Cingjing Farm for a day, it's best to just book a tour via KKday or Klook, since the buses are very limited unless you have a car. If you want to visit Cingjing Farm in Nantou County, don't forget to watch my other vlog on how to get here. Tune in as I revisit Taipei, Taiwan. Thank you very much for watching this vlog. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and like.